Arina East Residences, is it a value buy or is it a value trap? Many of you may actually heard that there is a one price promo. That's why you're looking at this video, where developers actually started the price at 3,000 over per square feet, and recently they have a price promo and dropped the price all the way to 2,006 starting from. My name is Jervis and I'm actually from The Real Matters, where we help thousands of families to enter into the property market or sell their property market using a very data-driven vision and approach to help our clients to make decisions. Now, let's take a look at Arina East Residences data and statistics to help you make a clearer decision. Let's go. So as you can see, and from here at this bar chart, where the developer actually started selling the property at 2009 all the way to 3002 per square feet, where simply to put it, at that point in time, the sales were slow, everything was slow, where prices were generally a little bit overpriced. And recently, there is a one price promo coming in from 2006 per square feet, giving it a freehold next to Katong Park MRT, and it seems so value buy right now. So let's take a look. Now, this is the project information. Something to really take note is there's a total unit of only 107 unit, and the address is at Tanjong Ru, where the developer is ZACD. ZACD actually involved in projects such as Jadescape, River Sound, pretty famous project, and the build quality is generally quite good. In recent years, we have seen that these are actually some of the projects that have quite a bit on resale demand, where of course the district is District 15. Most important thing is that this is a freehold plot of land spanning over 47 over thousand of square feet of land. Unit makes a 1 to 4 bedroom, and we actually see 2 towers of 20-story block, a 2 towers of 20-story level, where most important thing is that the TOP completion will roughly be around 2028. What is something that you have to take note over here is that this is actually still a boutique, or I would say still a relatively small project. But if you would like to put it, this is generally bigger size boutique project, right? So how does it affect you? Later we'll see. But here is the developer's estimated land price, where we can see that the developer actually bought the land roughly about 1,540 square feet with an estimated break-even per square feet of 23 to 24 estimated per square feet. So the key thing is that at that point in time when developer was selling at 3,003, 3,002, I remember telling my client there is a little bit on premium if you want to buy from this developer, because after factoring in that amount, developers is making close to about 800 per square feet to $1,000 per square feet already. So you ask me at that point in time as a buyer to buy there, unless I have a desire need that I want to buy in this area, I will generally tell my client that look at other resale in this region, look at other new launches in this region. Are there better value buys out there? Because at the end of the day, doesn't mean that this property is the only property you can see. Resale still can make money. One, that is the very important thing. Part of the story is that you want to buy a new launch, always compare what is the price gap and what are your alternatives in the outside resale market, where you may be able to get a better buy. Because today you buy something that is 2008 over here, I'm pretty sure there are resale out there that are cheaper. And does those resale actually gives you a better price point, entry price, so that you can exit easier? All right, so be sure to do your CMA, your comparative market analysis. All right, so next, this is actually, we see the site plan over here. The developer actually built it very nicely, packed into a 47,000 over square feet worth of land, where you see that the cul-de-sac of the Tanjong Ru coming in, where you won't have much traffic in this area coming into this project, and you see that the two facing is facing towards Katong and Kallang. One main thing is that over here you won't have an unblocked view, I would say, but most thing is that you will have likely pocket views of the sea and towards the Kallang area. And of course, you may be able to see and enjoy some fireworks during festive season, right? So one more thing to take note is that over here, this is the west sun direction, and this is the east sun direction. And it's very important to take note, because over here you do have west sun coming into your unit on the stack 1 and the stack 4. And of course, if you ask me, on the other quarter you do have sun coming in on the stack 6. Why did the developer put it this way? If you take a look at new launches, usually the bigger units, right, or the biggest unit in that development, you see the facing, that particular stack is the premium stack. So over here, we can obviously see that stack 6 will likely be the premium stack that the developer will be boasting or will be selling it upon. Right back, I would say very nice compact boutique project with all the basic facilities, just that don't have tennis court lah. Alright, so next is that we see the unit make 56% of the total unit size is 1 to 2 bedroom, where these are actually more for investor and more for families or those dual income with no kids, that kind of family profile, where you need to think, if you today enter 1 to 2 bedroom here, when you want to exit in the future, you will also be exiting towards investor or young couple, dual income, no kids, where an investor, think of it as exiting to an investor. Will an investor give you high price or will an investor give you low price? Now, most of the time, the investor will always want to give you low price, right? That's the reason why we see nowadays one bedroom is a little bit harder to move. And even if you want to exit to a couple with one bedroom, chances that the reason why they want to buy a one bedroom is because they have limited constraint in their budget, right? Or for people that really want to buy for rental yield, which are investors at the end of the day. So these are the reason why two bed or one bed unit type, it may not be favorable unless you're looking at other area. All right. So next is that when we see the 44% unit mix, we see 3 bedroom to 4 bedroom, where majority of the units are actually targeted to people that are on stay. Okay. At the end of the day, you need to understand in this area, Tanjong Rhu, there's a lot of people that buy here for own stay and they are actually looking for bigger size unit. So we see that moreover, in Tanjong Rhu location, right, this is actually a very nicely located project in the localized context. Why is this so? If you take a look at the location over here, within 1 kilometer, we don't have any primary school. But the key thing is this: if you zoom in towards the area over here, you can actually see that here we have Daman High School, and also we have the Jalan Batu Market and Food Center. Because if you go to District 15, not many projects are actually situated near a market and food center. And subsequently, if you go into the market today, anything that is freehold near MRT, relatively very hard to find. And if it's easy to, and if you can find one, the price point usually is actually very high. Such as example, Continuum. But Continuum is not too near to the MRT station. So people that buy into this area, right, they generally prefers to be near an MRT, right? And they want to buy a freehold. So at the end of the day, if you think about it, 3 to 5 minute walking distance to MRT, brand new freehold at 2006 per square feet. Can you find anything that is similar like this? Unless you go to the resale market, but the chances is very low, right? So there is a simpler demand for people that want to buy freehold near an MRT in District 15. All right. So next, we can actually see that in this area, in terms of the macro transformation, we do see that Kallang to come alive with new sports and entertainment space. We will generally boost the work life and leisure kind of concept in this area where more people will come. Not to mention the Long Island program and of course the Long Island line that will be coming up at the entire Bayshore transformation that is going to come up. And we are also going to see Bayshore in the future coming out at a per square feet of likely around 2005 starting from that range. And of course, we see the upcoming land plot. We see that Tanjong Rhu, there is not many land plots that will be coming up, right? So if we talk about the long-term transformation in this area, there is a lot of things going on. That's why buying into freehold here is really a hidden advantage. So is freehold suitable for everybody? Actually, no, not necessarily. I'll cover that in the second part later. All right. So next, project comparison. Every time you buy into a new launch or a resale, always compare what are all your options over there, which do your own CMA, right? So the key thing is this: today, let's say you want to buy a one bedroom over here, what are your resale options in the surrounding? Let's just omit out all the super small boutique project because these are not apple to apple comparison. I would say that this bigger project will be able to tell you whether which unit type is good to go into, right? So if you take a look at one bedroom, the quantum in Arina East is actually coming from 1.32 starting from per square feet at 2663 per square feet. Where you see Mayor mention, average quantum asking there is already 1.57. Big project at Mayor Road, it's at 1.57. If you want to enter one bedroom there, this is what you pay. We see the line at Tanjong Rhu coming in at 940k average quantum, average per square feet at 2249. But if you take a look at the line at Tanjong Rhu to Arina East, right, you see that the amount of age difference of the TOP age, you likely will be seeing when Arina East TOP is about 12 to 13 to 14 years already. And is the PSF gap per year, you just take about $50 to $70 per square feet, and average workout to be roughly around 26 to 28 per square feet. So actually the price point in terms of the resale to the new launch over here is pretty safe. And if you take a look at Amber Park, the average over there is going for 1.3 million. Now, so is Amber Park worth to purchase right now? So contact us and we'll show you the full breakdown in the resale region, right? If you take a look at the price gap in this area for the one bedroom, generally you are very near the resale already. And in the future, can the resale sell at the same price as a new launch? We got to let the buyers decide because you have to go deep down. the layouts of the surrounding, the price point of the surrounding, near MRT, what is the livability? So go down to take a look at Arina East surrounding and you make a decision for yourself for the one bedroom. But generally, the price gap is pretty safe. But when we come to the two bedroom, Arina, starting price is 1.89 or 1.9 million per se. Starting per square feet 2.785. And we see that if you go towards the line, the gap actually jumped to close to 500 to 600,000. You go to Mayor Mansion, the gap actually narrowed down to 200,000 to 100 to 200,000. And you go to one Mayor freehold two bedroom over there, you see the gap is at 1.83 to 1.89. Now, at the end of the day, buyers buy not just seeing the per square feet. Buyers buy looking at the overall quantum, whether I can afford. Because if today I show you something at 1,002 per square feet, but if the size is so big and it's 4,000 square feet, 3,000 over square feet, the quantum is 5 million. A lot of buyers cannot even afford, right? And a lot of buyers cannot even enter. At the end of the day, we look at the quantum and you compare it to Amber Park and you compare it to Mayor Blue, you see that the gap in these newer projects, right, that you see at 2.2 million to $2 million. So if you ask me, comparing to the newer, your gap actually narrowed to 1 to 200K. So you think about it, when you want to exit, is it worth, will buyer pay a premium to buy Arina East compared to the other two projects, which we will show you in a deeper analysis, right? So next is that for the three bedroom range, we see the starting quantum was 3.3 million. At the start, when I wanted to do the video, when I was planning, I saw some of the three bedrooms starting from 2.6, 2.7, 2.8, the smaller one. That is absolute steal. But now it's gone already. Now the starting quantum for the bigger units is actually going from 3.3 million with private limb. And you compare it to apple to Mayor Mansion, Mayor Blue, One Mayor, Amber Park, you saw that this area is going for 3.57, 3.3, 3.2. So you realize that the three bedroom quantum is actually a little bit, the new one is a little bit too close to the resale for comfort. And if you ask me, generally buying here and waiting a few more years, you got to incur rental costs. The quantum at this moment might be a little bit steep, right? So next we go to the four bedroom. Then this is something that we want to take a look. If you see the starting quantum at 3.89 million for Arina East, and you go and take a look within this budget, do you have anything else to consider? You think about it, actually not much. Because you go to Mayor Mansion, it's about 5 million. You go to Mayor Blue, it's about 5.1 million. You go to Amber Park, it's close to about 4 million already. Actually, an option for 4 bedroom, not much. If today you are a buyer with a $4 million budget, I think Arina East is one of the few rare gems that you can consider in a 4 bedroom, right? Okay, so next is that why would I buy this? I will really buy this if, let's say, I'm a freehold lover in District 15 and I'm looking for, I would say, people like to quote fire sale, or mega discount. And this is really like a big steal right now, right? People already enter at 3,000 to 3,002. Today, you can find something at 2.7, 2.6 per square feet. I think it is really once in a lifetime opportunity or once in a while opportunity. And it's really suitable for people that really wants to hold long term. Because you think about it, people that buy freehold is to hold. If you are not going to hold, will the transaction volume keep running, right? And of course, if I buy into here, if I want rental income with no lease decay fear, right? Because it's freehold, obviously, and it's brand new near MRT and freehold. Today, is there anything that is brand new near MRT, freehold at this project size, at this budget point? Is there anything similar or is there anything alternative? Actually, not much already. So if you think about it and see the layout, right, it's actually very, very efficient. The developer planned it very well. Of course, there are some of the unit types a little bit odd internal shape, but if you select the right layout and the right unit, your chances of exiting, your exit strategy generally becomes way easier. Okay, so I will actually avoid this if let's say I focus heavily for short-term capital appreciation because of the fear of the lack of transaction volume in this project. Because a lot, you need to think about it, 50% are actually 3 bedder and above. These people are buying for own stay and they buy for freehold for own stay. Do you think that they will sell in the short run? And if they don't sell in the short run, do you think that there'll be a lack of transaction volume? And how do resale make money? Resale make money only when, right, for example, first owner, they want to sell 2 million. Then after the want to sell 2.05, 2.1, 2.15, 2.2. But if there's nothing benchmark, the last benchmark I see 3 years ago, 2 million, it's very hard. The bank is very hard to give you a valuation, and the buyer is very hard to gauge what is the right price point to give you. And of course, I will avoid this if I can explore other location in District 15, and it is not something that I must have and I must buy. All right. So last but not least is that if I really want bigger facility, same price point, bigger project, I may consider Amber Park. because it's really around the same price point. And of course, MRT distance, it doesn't differ too much, right? And of course, Amber Park is such a big project, and Amber Park is such a nice project. Generally, there might be a possibility that you can actually see a better steal over there. But if you want a deeper analysis of Amber Park, do contact us also, and we'll show you what is suitable for you. Now, and you think about it, in this entire region over here, you can see that based on all the resale listing, there's close to 868 listing and 87 resale project in the entire District 15. And there's 3 new project. And of course, if you compare today, what are your option of the 1,000 over units that may suit your requirement? Main thing, clarity, right? So I think that's about it for today. If you would like to know a curated analysis of your new launches and your resale, and you want to have clear vision on what to purchase in the market and whether you should take action using data, do contact us and we'll see you at the next episode.